anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX.
All right. Yeah, all good. All right. Jeremy, you there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I got you.
Take it off speaker.
Yeah, take it off speaker if you can. And Chandler, we got the video up. All right, cool. All right, well, some of y'all are watching on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll air this on Pirate Radio Live later this afternoon. And let's head out now to the Pit Electric Live line and talk to Jeremy Lewis. He joins us today here on Pirate Radio Live. Jeremy, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. How about yourself?
We're doing all right, and we, of course, do the post-game show here after each and every game. The wins are fun. The losses, not so much. I know you can relate to that, and everybody was trying to put their finger on what happened the other night against Houston. So, well, what's your best guess, Jeremy, as to why the Pirates didn't play like they played really, throughout the entire season? What happened on Saturday?
Man, a lot of stuff happened, but, you can't just point the finger. We all got to take the blame. We all got to, stay prepared, stay focused. And that was, a lot going into the week. Our mind was elsewhere. There was a lot of stuff going on, coming off a game versus Cincy, playing pretty decent, feeling like we should have beat Cincinnati. We're hearing a lot of, hoorah coming from the crowd, other people. And then, senior day, a lot of stuff was just, going into that game, a lot of outside noise, and we should have been more focused on Houston. And, all of that just, tied into us losing.
Yeah, and, man, it's interesting you bring that up, Jeremy. That was brought up by a lot of folks, trying to diagnose what went wrong, and a lot of it was it just that loss to Cincinnati and that kind of lingering and the way you did lose and you're out of the conference championship race? And then we've heard some that say maybe too much focus on senior day and not enough on Houston. So without even me bringing that up, you kind of confirmed that the focus needed just wasn't there. And it kind of shows you each week you guys got to have 100% focus, right, on the opponent, because there's no off weeks.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm sure, it wasn't said in the locker room or nothing like that, but I'm sure, us getting out of that, we've been playing all season for a conference championship, and us getting out of that race had a lot to do with, the way we played. So, we just got to stay focused, stay locked in. Even though even out of that race, we still got, we still playing for a reason. We playing to win at the end of the day. And that's the mindset we're going into this game with this week, because Temple's a very good opponent. We still just got to go into the game, hey, we might not be playing for a conference championship, but we still trying to win every game we play.
Jeremy Lewis joining us. Jeremy, no sacks for the team on Saturday. I know that's something you want to improve on in this game coming up against the Temple Owls. But how about just Houston's ability to move the football? Were they doing anything differently than you guys prepared for during the week, or did they just kind of beat you on Saturday?
I mean, they made some plays. You know, they're a pretty good football team, projected to be the number one. You know, the preseason, you know, winners in the American. So I mean, it was a pretty good team. They took some losses early in the beginning of the year, but they showed up. You know, they was playing for a reason. You know, we both were, and you know, they just was able to make some plays. You know, they got real good ball players over there as well. So I mean, they just came out on top.
Jeremy Lewis joining us. We hadn't talked to you in a while, Jeremy, so we've got some good and some bad to talk about today. We kind of got through the bad. Let's hit on some of the good. I don't think we've talked to you since the Pirates. Maybe we got you after BYU. I know we didn't get you after Cincinnati. That game started with you scoring, and it's kind of hard for a rush in to get points on the board. I guess you could tip a pick six or a scoop and score, but how about getting your team started off with a safety? What was that like, Jeremy, for you to wrap up the quarterback in the end zone a couple weeks ago?
Nah, that was amazing. You know, I just got the call and was trying to play my keys, and I ended up being able to make a play. You know, that was fun. That was real fun for me. I ain't never scored on defense before ever in my life, so, you know, that was the first. So, you know, it was just good to get some momentum going, you know, start the game off right.
Yeah, and started it off right, and, man, tough loss there in Cincinnati, and kind of talked about it. Maybe it bled into the following week against Houston, but now a chance to right it all, to get that 7th win of the regular season as you play your regular season finale against Temple. Jeremy, have you started to look at the Owls yet? It's still early in the week, but you have a look on them yet?
Oh, most definitely. You know, we started to look at them. Very good football team, physical football team. You know, we just got to, you know, erase everything from the Houston week, all that negativity down, and, you know, move on to the next week, the next game. So, you know, we start focusing on them on Sunday, you know. We get going in the day, watch some extra film on them today as well. You know, just be ready.
Jeremy, coming off the worst loss of the year the way it was, what was Sunday like for you? That's, I mean, got to be tough for you guys to come in and get ready for a new week, try to put that one behind you. How tough was that for you guys yesterday?
You know, it was tough. You know, you can tell the energy was different in the locker room and whatever. But you know, we still found a way, you know, to, you know, just flush that out, move on. Next, you know, put a smile on our faces. You know, everything happens for a reason, and, you know, just move on now. We got to focus on Temple.
Jeremy, and it stinks that the seniors went out the way they did at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium, but doesn't, you know, fully diminish what they've done in their careers here at East Carolina. What's it been like for you playing, you know, under and then alongside your brothers, Xavier Smith, Miles Berry, even guys that came in like Chance Bates this year that are only going to be here for 1 year? Pre-Washington was part of that senior video as well. What was it like playing with those guys? Some you played with for 3-4 years. Some you only got to play a few games with.
Man, it was amazing playing with those guys. You know, learned something different, something new from every single one of those guys. You know, I can literally go on for days and tell you something that I learned from every one of those guys. But you know, it was great playing with those guys. I'm glad I got to, you know, meet those guys and play with them. And they all taught me something different and showed the way, paved the way for me in some kind of way. And I respect those guys for that. Really appreciate them. I hate that they had to go out there seeing that like that, but you know, everything happens for a reason. Hopefully they can use that as a life lesson, you know, for their life, and then, you know, just go from there.
Yeah, and expecting a big bounce back on the field coming up this week against the Temple Owls. We'll be with you Saturday morning, 9 a.m. on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, and then after the game, taking your calls on the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show. And, of course, you got one more game after that, Jeremy. So do you look at the potential bowl destinations? Or are you just kind of going to go where they tell you to go? What do you think about a bowl game?
Well, we look at them for sure. You know, it's some selections out there. We talked to coach. You know, like I personally wanted to know how the whole the bowl selection thing worked.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know does the school pick the bowl or the bowl picks the school? So you know, it's something that I wanted to know for myself. But yeah, you know, you always look. You know, you want to know if you're playing in some good warm weather or some cold weather. You always want to know if you can go to Hawaii or not. So things like that. You know what I mean? You always want to know.
No doubt. And Jeremy, I guess it's nice warm weather, like number one on your bowl wish list. Like, well, where do you want to go?
Oh, definitely. If I had to choose a bowl, I would just go to Hawaii. I know the weather's nice down there, so you know that's definitely one for me.
Yeah, no doubt. Maybe Florida will be the next best thing if you could get down there for some nice beach weather to celebrate a hopefully 7-win regular season if the Pirates can pick up one against Temple. So what's this week like when it comes to Thanksgiving, Jeremy? Is the you guys getting together as a team? You know, you're a local, so hopefully you'll be able to get together with your family as well. So what's this Thanksgiving week going to be like for you?
We're going to, regular practice schedule. You might move practice earlier up on Thanksgiving, eat together as a team, have a nice Thanksgiving meal, some bonding, with the team. And I might, I live right up the street, so, I might go to my mom's house later that night, go get some food. But, yeah.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish, Jeremy?
Oh, macaroni and cheese for sure.
All right, without hesitation, the mac and cheese.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. How about a dessert? You a dessert guy?
Banana pudding, if I had to say something.
All right.
Definitely banana pudding.
Good call. Good call. Jeremy Lewis joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live as East Carolina gets ready for Temple. One more road trip on the year. Temple, Jeremy, gave East Carolina fits for years and years, but that, I guess, quote-unquote curse was finally snapped in 2020 up there in Philly, and you've been able to get them a couple of times now. So I don't know how much you knew about, Temple's kind of domination over East Carolina. Started back in like 2014 or 15, but you've been able to beat them a couple times in a row.
Yeah, I kind of knew a little bit about it. I was watching my brother play those games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of know a little something about it. It ain't always been too pretty versus Temple, but it's a new day, new era. Hopefully we can, end that curse for good. And come out on top this week and get the win. Yeah,
3 in a row against the Owls would be beautiful if you can get that done coming up on Saturday, and then it's on to a bowl game for these East Carolina Pirates. Jeremy, appreciate you joining us, man. We'll let you get back to work. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you again next week, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. We'll wrap it up there. Thanks, Jeremy. See you, man. All right. Bye. Jeremy Lewis there. We will run that on Pirate Radio Live. And also coming up, while you're here, a little treat for y'all that are joining us here. The schedule for today. Believe we have Holton Ahlers confirmed at 3. Rajay Harris. His Niners playing tonight, confirmed for 3:20. Xavier Smith at 3:40. We are working on Miles Berry at 4 o'clock, and we'll have Isaiah Winstead coming up at 5:30. So that'll be the Delcor Players Lounge coming up later on today. Good sports day, by the way. Got the World Cup on right now. Netherlands and Senegal, scoreless. And ECU Hoops, which we won't have on because I don't have a Flow Sports account.
Yeah, I was hoping you did, but
well, I don't.
It's all right.
We might do a watch along, Chandler, where we just look
Are you
at
serious?
Yeah, where we just look at the game tracker, and it'll say like 2-point basket, Brandon Johnson, and we describe how we think.
And we're like, let's go.
Brandon Johnson just did a 2-hand tomahawk from the free throw line, and the Pirates trail 7-4. Could do that.
Pirates are down 20. 10 minutes left in the first half.
By the way, East Carolina like a 8.5, 9.5 point favorite or underdog. I'm sorry, what is it? Something like that.
Oh, I'm not sure.
And yeah. At what point in the first half will they be down by double digits?
I'm going to say with like 11
I was
minutes,
thinking 12 or 13.
Like
You're going 11?
11 minutes left in the first half.
The question is, can we come back this time on the road? I'm not so sure.
We shall see. But also coming up at 12, it's the Brian Bailey Show. He'll have Latrell Scott, inside receivers coach and tight ends coach, coming up at 12 o'clock right here on Pirate Radio.
Latrell Scott. We should get Latrell Sprewell on our show.
Who's that?
Man. All right. We'll see you back here at 3. Brian Bailey Show at noon.